back to North Pert Podcast. I'm BM3. This is Jesse, his dad. We got GT and Kristen in the background. We're going to do some Meazell tales. As most of y'all know, me and Jesse here are third generation drivers. Dad's second generation, of course. And lots of history, lots of stories. Our family's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
We just kind of want to talk about it and hear some old school stories about some cool stuff.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing some stories that I know I've never heard of about our pop. You know, our dad's dad. Yeah. You know, Bill Senior. You know, he wrote the book for all of us, I guess, to carry on. I know you've got.
Well, he's got a lifetime of racing, so it's hard. Can't really put it all in one little basket, but and I don't know all the stories because I just don't know them.
Right.
I was too young. But anyway, he raced forever and had his own machine shop in Tyler, Texas. And my mom was with him, you know, and everything. And he built his own motors, of course. And my mom helped build them and built other people's motors. They drag raced for I-20 Speedway.
And that's in the early 70s when this was happening, or
It was in the 60s.
60s.
Yeah.
Is that when he was? Is that before or after he was driving that Willis that we got out here?
It was during that time.
During
really,
that time.
It was.
The Gasser era.
Yeah,
I
he
guess.
used to drive a 39 Willis for this dude. I don't even know who he is, but anyway, he always said, Dad, my father had the biggest balls he knew to drive the car because it didn't go straight down the track, you know, and it was hairy to drive, but it was straight front end, you know, it wasn't independent steering, you know. So.
Right. We got a video of when he found that car again, and I remember him saying, he said, sometimes it'd pull to the left, sometimes it'd pull to the right. He said, but you just stay in the gas and it'll eventually make it down there.
Oh, yeah. But it was fun times, but I was so little, I just really don't remember all of it.
Right.
You know? I know they had the yellow crate, they called it, the yellow crate's what it was painted on the side of it. It was a yellow station wagon, drag car, you know, it was really fast. And there wasn't a lot of races in it. My mom could cut a better light than he could on her reaction time, so she would time trial it and get the time on, set, and then he'd race it.
Yeah.
But she'd get qualified, and he would drive it.
This is real hard. You know, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it because this is our Nana we're talking about. This is our Nana. You know what I mean? She's our Nana. She's cool, calm, and collective. But she used to cut the best lot at the track. You know, at the drag strip in the 60s.
Yeah.
That just makes her even that much cooler than she already is.
Oh, Nana's. I can't wait to get her on here. We got to talk her into coming on here at some point. Cause
she's so old school, man. I love it.
Well, if you could ever get her on here, she would probably blow your mind on everything that she knows, because she knows more than she's probably forgot more than I'll ever know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I remember us over here working on the old hot stock one time, and we'd been trying to figure out what was going on with it for seemed like 2 days. I don't remember how long it was. I was probably 16 or so, and here she comes. She come walking next door. She's I think it sounds like you're getting some air in the fuel line somewhere or something like that. And sure enough, it was a hole in the fuel line somewhere. It done dry rotted a little bit.
Yeah, she always listens next door. She's
got an ear for it. You know, she lives 200 yards away. You know what I mean?
Test drive a car or something, she'll always sends me a text and tells me, it sounds good or it don't sound good. She'll say, they better, something's up. You check time or something's wrong. She can tell it.
That's so cool that she knows that stuff.
But
she's
like talking about a whole lifetime of being around motors and machine shops. She's built motors. She's done machine work. She knows. She knows some stuff.
That's so cool, man.
Well, anyway, I got to grow up with my mom, a mother that knows a lot. So you couldn't pull nothing over her head,
Oh, no, yeah, right.
She knew what time it was,
That's a whole nother episode.
You're late,
Say, the transmission went out. And she knew you done tore it out, speed shifted it, she knew what it was. But,
Heck yeah. Well, man, tell us, as far back as you can remember, at least on getting started in the oval track or dirt track racing stuff. The early days, as far as you can remember.
Going with Pop or
going with
well, of course, for years I went to the dirt track with my father. On the weekends that I was at his home, with him, because of course I live with my mom, so then we get to go to my father's, and my brother and my sister, we'd all go over there. And they were a big part of my childhood, as far as us going to the racetrack.
Yeah.
We all, the whole family went, we was a family that, we all tucked down in the back seat, and said, yeah, we're 5, we're 7, so we could get in there a couple of dollars cheaper,
Yeah.
Anyway,
I remember as a kid riding in the Lone Star under a pile of like blankets and stuff in the back of
they
Pop,
never knew you was in
Pop's Suburban, so I could go down the infield when they used to park in the infield. I remember Pop never quit doing that.
But anyway, things were tight.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't.
Cost some money to go to the race.
Things were tight, and everything went to the race car and bills, So, getting in the races was just, if you had a chance to save a little dollar or two, that's what you did,
Right.
But anyway, we all would go to the races, all the kids, and we'd go and have a good time. And I remember many a times, watching my favorites race, and watching my father race, and working on the cars,
Well, what kind of car was he driving that highlights to you on
your
something?
childhood, maybe.
I guess the favorite one was I guess it was an old Chevelle. I guess it was a 60. I think it was a 66 Chevelle is what it was. It was my favorite. And
probably wasn't that old of a car back
he
then.
raced at the fairgrounds in Shreveport.
Yeah.
And on the asphalt, and then then he went from there to running ARCA racing, and just a lot of tracks,
But he ran some Grand National races too, which is I guess Cup,
that
predecessor
was
Cup.
later on in the 80s.
Later on in the 80s.
You mentioning ARCA makes me want to bring up what you told me you got to drive one of his cars and you're 16.
Yeah,
I want to hear about that.
We went to Talladega, and Dad was going to run an ARCA race there. It was the ARCA 200. And anyway, it was practice time. It was fixed to qualify, but it was still practice. Anyway, he wanted to know if I wanted to drive. All of a sudden, and I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And of course, I said, yeah.
No shit.
Yes, I would love to.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, it was. I'll never forget it. It was real. It was real cool. It was real fast. It was didn't know what to expect. He told me what to expect, but he didn't go into detail. So
well, you've been driving.
I learned the long way of what to expect.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been in a dirt car before then? Just a handful of times, or have you raced a season?
I only raced a couple of years.
Yeah.
And, I started at 15. And then I was 16 when he let me drive the ARCA car. But he could see my potential, I guess, and he trusted me.
I can't believe that.
I can't believe it either.
That's huge to let somebody do that.
I don't know if I'd either trust either one of y'all when I was 16 in my ARCA car.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't see you saying, "Hey, son, you want to practice it around Talladega Super Speedway?"
Yeah.
No, I don't get that vibe. But I respect it.
I wouldn't have blamed you, honestly.
Right,
I think sure both of y'all could handle it, either one of you.
Yeah.
But
now for sure.
It was pretty cool.
We got to do the few laps around Texas Motor Speedway that time.
Yeah.
You got us that
during
Christmas.
the Good Guys.
Yeah.
You're talking about the
the driving experience.
Yeah,
Richard Petty.
Yeah, we've done a bunch of laps at the Good Guys show.
Right.
But
so man, tell me about leaving pit road when you're 16 years old.
Well, I'll never forget it. Just going through the gears was so awesome.
Oh man.
With that much power,
Oh yeah.
Like
sure.
Just a 4-speed, an old rock crusher 4-speed. You're going through the gears. and the power is just so awesome, push you back in the seat. I mean, it's way, we're talking about more than y'all ever experienced. So far, y'all experienced one day, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of power.
How much horsepower was in the cars back then? I mean, I know they're 800-900 now, but what do you think there was back in the 80s?
I don't know for sure.
With a car, when you have a steering wheel this big, I would think, and a pedal it seems like it's this long, and you've got that much power. I'm sure it.
Well, there wasn't any power steering, you know.
Right.
It was just, it was just no power steering. You just looped your hose at the power steering box and let it just bypass back and forth there. So, I mean, you got the good feel of what was going on in the car in the front end. And, I'll never forget it. Like when I went in the first turn, I'm in high gear and, I've only got so much time. I mean, it's during practice time. I'm not even supposed to be out there. I don't have ARCA license.
You're supposed to be Bill 16,
Senior. I'm trying to make myself look as big as I could in the car, before I went out there going down pit road to make sure the officials didn't shut me down and say, hey, who are you, But anyway, I'll go through the gears and I'll never forget going in the first turn. You can't, it's so steep at Talladega, you can't see on around the turn.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you just have to hope it's all right because you can just hold it on the floor. I mean, you just once you get in high gear, you just hold it on the floor and
hope it sticks.
The steering wheel's like
good.
Well, welcome back again. We had some pretty heavy rain here, kind of interrupt us.
Very heavy rain.
Tin roof. We're just in our shop. We ain't got no fancy studio or nothing. So, anyways, Dad was talking about when he first got to driving asphalt car at Talladega.
At 16.
Yeah, 16.
Anyway, I just got in my high gear and going into actually it'd be turn 3 and down the back straight. Went down the back straight away. I'm going into 3, and Dad didn't tell me that the steering wheel would be doing this,
Yeah.
But you could feel everything in the car though, no power steering, you can just feel everything.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I'm going through the corner and you can't, what tripped me out was you couldn't see on around the turn,
Because it's so long or because it's so
angle? It's so steep.
Yeah.
It's such a steep turn at Talladega. And anyway, so I'm going around the turn and then I get up in the trowel, and I make all that. I mess around, make 5 laps. So anyway, I'm going down the back straightaway and something told me I'm just driving way over my head. I'll never forget the feeling. It was like, it just came over me, it's like, I need to keep going and make more laps, to get my mile per hour average up, And I'd been holding on the floor most of the time, but I did lift a little, because it's my first time out, and everything. But anyway, something like this took over the wheel and just pulled it down pit road. I always thought it was God, but I don't know. But
everything,
I think it really was, but something took over my guardian angel, whatever happened.
Yeah, it's real.
And but anyway, I'm flat-footed down the back straightaway, and it's like you're driving over your head, and it's like it just took over, and so I just started downshifting and went down pit row and pulled in rolled down into the garage area and got out of the car and went straight to the motorhome without taking my helmet off, so nobody'd see it was me. And so while I'm in there, my dad comes in there, and my brother and my sister, they come in there, and anyway, we're all excited,
Hell yeah.
And he said, Dad said, man, you just averaged 178 miles an hour. I said, what? It's all right.
Yeah, that's fast.
That's average. That's average.
That's fast.
I didn't tell him about my experience.
Yeah, you didn't tell him about pitch yourself out there.
Something.
I didn't tell him about my experience with God yet,
right.
Until really it was a few days later. I told him something took over the wheel and brought me in. It was really a weird, different feeling I've never felt in my life.
That's crazy, man.
But that was pretty cool, and didn't crash it,
Yeah, man, that would be my worry. Yeah.
But then he went out there and qualified 182, back in those days. was pretty fast.
That's all an
I
ass.
think he ended up finishing 7th in the feet.
Was they running restrictor
ARCA
plates
200.
then?
No restrictor plates. It was a big block Chevrolet.
He finished 7th. That's good.
Yeah,
Was that a Grand National race or ARCA?
it was ARCA.
ARCA
Yeah.
race.
ARCA race. Yeah, ARCA 200.
Didn't I could be totally wrong here, but didn't he get most of his asphalt cars from Richard Childress?
No, he did get one for sure, but he might have got 2.
Okay. I remember him getting some from him. I wasn't sure if it was
Yeah.
all of them or what the deal was. And that's before Earnhardt was even driving for him.
Right. Yeah, he had Richard Childress's cell phone back then. They called it, but it was a bag phone back then.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, he had his phone. He had Richard Childress's phone number.
That's so
He's
cool.
Really helpful to small time race teams. You know.
Yeah.
So he always tried to help.
I have a lot of
That's
respect for Richard Childress. I feel like he's helped a lot of people.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
get their feet off the ground and get going good.
Oh yeah. But that was my first time to ever drive asphalt. It was really
I can't believe he let you.
something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was a big surprise he let me drive. You know.
Well, he let you drive his wing modified too.
And when I drove his wing modified at Boot Hill,
15.
yeah, I was 15 years old. Yeah,
Boot
he let
Hill's
me drive his back then. You know, it's called sprint cars now, but even was modified back
Oh.
then.
Was he running both, or did he just kind of go?
No, he
one
was running both.
He had both
He
of
ran the ARCA and modifieds, and anyway, he'd put his ARCA motor, his spare ARCA motor in the modified,
Oh
Hell
man.
and so it was plenty of power.
No, yeah.
Drive some, it'd fly, you know. But anyway, somebody forgot to put the accelerator spring on good. So the first time I drove it,
That's the
first
first
time
you
I ever was on a dirt track,
Yeah.
the accelerator spring come on.
Oh, boy.
That's the fastest
First
lap
time
you
I ever went
probably.
around a dirt track.
Did they back then? Did they have something where you could get? Like now we got the gas pedals where it's got like a little catch where you can
Oh,
lift your foot up.
We had them back then too.
Yeah, back then too.
And so, but I was just a young punk, really didn't know what I was doing. I just had the need for speed, you know, kind of guy. And anyway, so I'm coming out of turn 2, done made about 3 laps. And anyway, when I went into turn 1, actually, and I lifted, and the gas pedal just went right back to the floor. It just sucked it to the floor with no springs on it.
Track. It was
I mean,
hooked
it
up.
sucked it to the floor. And anyway, so I'm coming out of turn 2 at Boot Hill
Fast.
with a pedal to the metal. I mean, by itself. You know? And anyway, I was just trying to hold on to it. Anyway, I ended up getting in the back wall. Broke the tie rod in. And I stalled it with a brake. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand on the brake pretty hard. But it was really.
What'd Pop say when you got
He
pulled
didn't
in?
say much.
Yeah, he was like, you wrecked my damn car.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Y'all just
he
go-
wasn't jumping up and down, happy or nothing.
Yeah.
But,
Y'all just went to
but
work.
once they seen it was the accelerator spring wasn't on it, they kind of
It cooled down a little
cooled
bit.
it down about halfway. But anyway, it wasn't a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It was his hot rod, but anyway, we got it fixed, and he ran his heating feature.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That was
That's
in
way
1978, 79 probably.
78, I think it was.
Heck yeah,
That's
man.
pretty cool, man.